wanting partnership and then not knowing what's the best partner for me. And the worst part is the loneliness that comes with that. I think there's a loneliness that I have, like bringing them into my world, what I got going on.
Freeze and focus, because the industry's favorite golden boy just evolved into a savage predator. Ever pondered the outcome when a man remains mute for 2 years while his reputation is trampled? Turned into viral jokes and analyzed by every thirst trap expert on TikTok? Well, the quiet just exploded and the shards are drawing blood. We all witnessed those shots of Michael B. Jordan looking absolutely crushed courtside while the world celebrated Lori Harvey's single life. We felt the petty shade from Marjorie Harvey. We caught the rumors that he lacked flavor. But did anyone actually predict this plot? What if I claimed that Michael's Oscar victory wasn't merely a trophy, but the final strike in a high-octane psychological battle? Rumors are erupting, and by rumors, I mean pure lava, that the Harvey empire is in total chaos because Michael isn't just succeeding, he is deleting them. Is it factual that Lori attempted to dodge his whole security detail just to send a text? Did Marjorie's hollow standards just get outed as a total fraud? Grab your snacks and bolt the entrances because we are launching the investigation of the millennium. The gentleman facade is dead. The evidence is hitting the fan and Michael B. Jordan is officially communicating through the medium of ruthless global triumph. Are you prepared to watch the Harvey identity crack? Because once we trigger this, there is no escape. Family, to grasp the scale of this mess, we must revisit the era when Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey were hailed as Hollywood's peak power duo. During that time, everyone claimed Michael treated Lori with a level of dignity she had never truly known before. But the moment the romance shattered, a plot ignited that aimed to drag Michael's whole reputation through the filth. The drama started when Lori and her mother, Marjorie Harvey, supposedly steered a smear campaign focused entirely on framing Michael as the antagonist. You likely recall how right after the split, stories suddenly leaked claiming Michael was forcing a marriage agenda while Lori merely desired her independence. But that was just the bait. Off camera, Marjorie Harvey allegedly slaughtered Michael's name to market her child as an unbothered legend. Whispers suggest Michael served Lori's every desire, even forfeiting his own inner peace. But what was his reward? Total public shame and a void that lasted for months. Michael's sole mistake was being genuine and trying to move the romance to the peak. But for the Harvey team, this union was simply a pawn for corporate growth. Once Michael was no longer profitable, he was tossed away like he was worthless. The most jarring twist of this drama was the abrupt claim that Michael exclusively lusted for white women. A lie pushed through Lisa Ray McCoy, a veteran associate of Marjorie. Reflect on it. A star who has always fought for his people was targeted with these lies specifically so he would lose status with the black demographic. The scheme was executed so perfectly that Michael B. Jordan never even got a moment to speak his truth while every tabloid and gossip site was busy broadcasting Lori Harvey's version of events. But the drama thickens. As we peel back the layers of this mess, we discover that Lori and her mother allegedly plotted to distance Michael from his inner circle and top Hollywood executives. They constructed a barrier around him, leaving him totally stranded. In hindsight, that viral courtside image where Michael looked completely crushed was no accident. It was the Harvey clan's crowning moment. They intended to prove to everyone that Michael was irrelevant without their clout. However, the universe had a different script. That exact quietness which people viewed as a defeat transformed into his ultimate weapon. Michael vowed he would not respond with petty talk. Instead, through his craft, he buried himself in massive cinematic projects and vanished from the social scene. Meanwhile, Lori started a cycle of fresh romances as if to broadcast to Michael that his exit was a non-event. From Damson Idris to associates of Idris Elba, her photos with different guys flooded the feed and the web obsessed over the lie that Lori had left Michael in the shadows. But the reality was that Lori, not Michael, had forfeited her most valuable ally. The Harvey family's strategy started crumbling when Michael's latest movie broke global box office records and the fans started viewing him with a new sense of royalty. The true bomb dropped when Michael grabbed the Oscar this season and the whole world gave him a standing ovation. This was the second the Harvey dynasty lost their cool because they never dreamed Michael B. Jordan would reach such legendary status so fast. Hot leaks claim that while Michael was delivering his acceptance speech, Lori Harvey's camp abruptly started chasing his clout again behind the scenes and online to steal a fragment of the glory. But what Michael pulled off stunned the world. In his address, he honored every individual who supported him during his lowest points, yet he didn't breathe a solitary word regarding Lori or her relatives. It was a snub that allegedly pushed Marjorie Harvey over the edge as she desperately wanted Michael to at least drop some shade to ignite more drama. But Michael locked them out completely. Rumors are swirling that Laurie attempted to corner Michael at the Oscar gala, but Michael's bodyguards blocked her entire lane before she could even get near. It was the most savage boss move in Tinseltown memory. A star at the summit of his career declining to even notice the people who had exhausted every resource trying to destroy his future. Still, the saga is nowhere near finished because deeper filth from this feud is finally beginning to spill. According to low-profile leaks, Marjorie Harvey supposedly went so far as dialing A-list studio directors, begging them to blacklist Michael because he was supposedly toxic on set. This is the exact brand of rot that was concealed behind the Harvey family veil. They didn't view Michael as a partner. They viewed him as a puppet to keep their family's relevance expanding. When Michael denied them that power, they switched to total reputation murder. But Michael's grind and pure character kept him untouchable. Suddenly the script has flipped. The exact crowds who were trolling Michael B. Jordan are now prepping to kiss the ring because Michael is the undisputed king of the industry. This mess has confirmed that when you stay authentic, time handles the karma for you. Michael proved to the world that his exit wasn't merely a split. It was his grand escape from a plastic world crawling with fakes and fame leeches. Now that Michael is an Oscar champion, everyone is watching the Harvey camp's next stumble because their plot to bury Michael is failing spectacularly. The probe is intensifying as dirt surfaces that nobody could have possibly guessed, dragging us to a climax where leaked files and fan fury will rattle the bones of this entire industry. The plot thickens as we enter the second stage of this deep dive where the gold-plated lifestyle of the Harvey empire starts to collide with the brutal truth of Michael B. Jordan's leaked private hell. Following that chaotic Oscar evening, the fans are no longer just watching a divorce. They are witnessing a total forensic autopsy of how control is wielded in the hills. Leaked files from shady insiders who served inside the Harvey mansion during the peak of the romance reveal a degree of manipulation that feels like a thriller. According to these snitches, every solitary public walk Michael and Laurie Harvey took was scripted down to the millisecond, not by Michael, but by a board chaired by Marjorie Harvey. They expose a regime where Michael was supposedly forced to bankroll a life that was less about heart and more about feeding the high-end, high-glitz aesthetic that the Harvey label requires. These leaks claim that the insane flexes we saw on the feed, the private wings, the leased ships, the massive birthday checks, usually arrived with a secret debt of total obedience. Public sentiment has pivoted from laughter to a weird form of shared remorse. As fresh dirt leaks regarding how Michael B. Jordan was handled in private, the web is experiencing a total energy transformation. We are seeing millions of uploads under the exposed tag, but not for any mistake he made. Instead, it is unmasking the mental drain he survived. A shadowy insider claiming to be a past aide to a top Harvey official alleged that Michael was constantly treated like a prop instead of a boyfriend. That source cites a moment where Michael supposedly tried to dodge a gala to focus on an intense movie role, only to be informed that his worth to the clan was rooted in his presence at these parties. This depicts a star being utilized as an expensive promo device, a massive leap from the perfect and solid romance the fans were fed. The deep dive gets even more sinister when we examine the money trail of this collapse. There are murmurs in high places that a federal audit might be eyeing the tax records and charity funds linked to certain Harvey groups, specifically hunting for glitches that popped up during the period Michael was tight with them. Though these are purely speculative for now, the heat is undeniable. Money experts are noting that Michael B. Jordan's Oscar glory has effectively crashed the Harvey stock by association. By proving he can hit the absolute peak of Hollywood while totally ghosting them, he has demolished the fantasy that the Harvey seal is necessary for A-list status. Fan fury is exploding over deeper leaks regarding the white girlfriend agenda. It is currently being alleged by tech sleuths that the bots spamming the Michael only loves white women narrative on X and IG were part of a rigged strike traced to a PR firm formerly hired by the Harvey camp. If this is verified, it shifts the drama from a rocky split to a deliberate move at professional murder. Fans are screaming for a full forensic probe into how these lies were manufactured. The heat is so intense that multiple luxury labels currently signed with Laurie Harvey are allegedly in crisis talks to cancel the future of her deals. The fan energy is undeniable. They are done witnessing a dedicated star being hunted by fame-hungry agendas. Injecting more drama into the mess are the leaked statements appearing on blogs that many suspect are actually from insiders who are too terrified to speak on camera. One specific leak linked to a tight Harvey associate claims they never expected him to peak. They assumed he'd disappear after the jokes. Now that he is the industry leader, they are petrified of the truth he might drop if he ever chooses to do a sit-down expose. This leak has exploded, proving the fear that the power has completely shifted. Michael B. Jordan hasn't just grabbed a trophy, he has secured the ultimate control. The digital world is currently a war zone of evidence. Stans are pulling up ancient videos of Steve Harvey hyping Michael and comparing them to the icy quiet from Marjorie Harvey and Lori Harvey. The double standard is being exposed for the world to witness. We are watching the total collapse of the rules that Marjorie so loudly preached. If that lifestyle includes ghosting someone the second they become a joke and then attempting to slide back the moment they win an Oscar, then the fans are officially cancelling that brand. Pressure is peaking while we wait for any real word from the Harvey side. Every time Lori uploads a shady caption or a flex of her current life, her feed is drowned in comments about Michael's gold. This crash is no longer just private. This is a total financial and reputational meltdown. We are tracking reports that specific secret backers who funded Harvey events are ghosting, terrified of being linked to the bullying saga that has now stained the family name. The rot of the Hollywood aesthetic is being unmasked, proving that beneath the diamonds and the wealth, there is massive filth. As we shift into the closing stage of this drama, the risks are through the roof. We are progressing from the peak of fan backlash into the actual penalties. We are discussing possible court battles, the complete destruction of PR playbooks, and a change in the Hollywood hierarchy that nobody, absolutely nobody, predicted. Michael B. Jordan isn't merely a top actor. He is now the most influential witness to how the business actually operates when the spotlights are dimmed. The following part will examine the rumored exits of PR firms, the intense money audits, and the final strike against a story that attempted to kill a legend. Keep watching because the crash is only starting to get heavy. The damage has now hit a point of no exit, evolving from a simple star feud into a full-blown corporate disaster for the Harvey label. As we launch this last part of our probe, the theoretical legal fallout and the total wreck of the Harvey's media strategy are coming into clear view. Studio sources are claiming that the Harvey lifestyle is no longer seen as a dream goal, but as a warning about the dangers of toxic social climbing. The impact of Michael B. Jordan's Oscar sweep has sparked what experts are labeling a prestige financial disaster. Top-tier PR gurus are reportedly dumping the Harvey account, claiming the media storm has become impossible to manage. When the most revered star in Hollywood, a man currently clutching the industry's ultimate prize, refuses to even admit you exist, your social value doesn't just slide, it enters a terminal freefall. Federal eyes and industry audits are the latest shadows in the wings. Though no official indictments have dropped, the legal and criminal side of this mess involves deep dives into the tech marketing firms that Michael's lawyers are supposedly hunting. If it's verified that a rigged butt strike was bankrolled to wreck Michael's name and his cultural legacy, we are facing massive tortious interference suits that could hit the 8-figure mark. Insiders close to the heat hint that Michael's camp has already hit multiple third-party firms with legal evidence holds. The atmosphere is so heavy it's practically suffocating. This has officially moved beyond the territory of a simple broken heart. This is about the total demolition of a media kingdom that flew way too close to the flame. The fan fury has hit a boiling point with the public screaming for justice over the way Michael's trauma was turned into a joke. The gap is insane. Michael B. Jordan is being praised as a silent legend who outlasted a public hit on his soul, while Lori Harvey is being branded as the mascot of a plastic era that is quickly dying out. The secret snitches keep tossing fuel on the flames, with one alleging that the Harvey team is currently in a total blackout, with Marjorie Harvey supposedly banning everyone from leaking to the media without her personal sign-off. This degree of inside chaos proves that there is way more to this drama than just a cold shoulder at the Oscars. The twisted lies are being debunked by the fans themselves, who are now swamping every Harvey-linked post with demands for a public apology to the king they tried to erase. Wealth experts are forecasting a massive wiping of the Harvey clout. Top-end fashion houses, which live for status and pure vibes, are reportedly hunting for the nearest exit. Since Michael B. Jordan, the reigning face of global achievement, is now the rival of the Harvey label, these corporations have a brain-dead simple decision to make. You never choose the fame seeker over the Oscar legend. It's a commercial suicide. We are catching leaks of ethics clauses being activated in various smaller deals as the world's view of the clan pivots from elegant to predatory. This is the crash that nobody, literally nobody, anticipated. This is the second where the Harvey brand ceased being a golden pass and began morphing into a toxic asset. The rumored exits aren't just restricted to media experts. There are leaks that even veteran family allies and peers are beginning to pull away to save their own professional futures. This vibe shift is so intense that being caught with Lori Harvey or Marjorie Harvey right now is viewed as social suicide in elite Hollywood circles. Michael's quiet has hollowed out a space that the Harveys are frantically trying to patch with thirsty congratulatory posts. But the more they chase him, the more pathetic they appear. It is a masterclass in failing a power battle by begging for the world's love after you've already torched their respect. In the halls of the elite, the chatter is all about the grand reset. Michael B. Jordan's triumph has established a fresh standard for how icons navigate messy public splits. By ghosting the drama, he didn't just grab an Oscar. He conquered the court of public opinion. He has unmasked the Hollywood predator playbook that the Harveys were running. The crash is the total incineration of that strategy. We are witnessing a pivot where raw talent is finally crushing hollow aesthetic. Every leak of Laurie attempting a U-turn or Marjorie trying to bury the hatchet is being greeted with a massive, global eye roll from the fans. The Harvey Empire is learning the brutal lesson that you simply cannot play a man who has deleted your relevance. As the probes intensify and the fan revolt swells, the money hemorrhage within the Harvey circle is predicted to hit rock bottom. With looming audits into their shell games and a complete ban from the A-list inner circle, the horizon looks pitch black for the family that once owned the front page. Michael B. Jordan is ascending to legendary heights, ghosting the static for good. He has survived the hit job and emerged on the peak with heavy gold in his palms. The Harvey clan, however, is left rotting in the debris of a plot they attempted to steer, but which ultimately swallowed them whole. This is the definitive checkmate, and the match is officially finished. This is the dead end for the Harvey era as we've known it. We have witnessed the surge, the rigged decline, and the final electric comeback of Michael B. Jordan. But the puzzle remains, is this the final blow for Laurie Harvey and Marjorie Harvey's power in the hills? Or is there one more fake standard they are prepping to debut? How does a brand rebuild when the target they tried to turn into a meme is crowned the king of the business? Michael's quiet hit harder than any tell-all sit-down ever could. And his Oscar sweep is a legacy that will echo through the industry for an eternity. But I'm looking for your take. Was Michael B. Jordan's cold shoulder the peak of celebrity strategy? Or should he have burned the whole house down with the truth? Is the Harvey label officially dead and buried? Or are they already cooking up a comeback to escape this disaster? This drama is only heating up and the evidence is piling higher by the second. If you're ready to stay light years ahead of the pack and witness the reality that big media is too terrified to air, you know exactly what the move is. Crush that like button, wreck the subscribe bell, and unload your wildest hot take in the comments section. We are unearthing the dirt they've spent millions to hide, and we aren't quitting until every single mask is shredded. Appreciate you tuning in. Keep your eyes peeled because in this city, the next massive explosion is always just one ignored phone call away.